check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow One Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. All right, man. We back. Goodfellow Sports TV. We in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Sound like Shawn Porter is pretty much desperate and begging for the Errol Spence fight. He talked to TMZ Sports today. I'll link the interview in the description. And, pretty much said, exactly what Kenny Porter said yesterday. They waiting on Errol Spence to sign the contract. He says that he don't want no other fight. He want unification bouts. He want Errol Spence. He said he can be the boogeyman. He said he can be the can man. He can say he can be the IBF title. He can have all those titles, but he wants to fight him in an in a unification clash. Was supposed to be for August 3rd, but Errol Spence has went rogue. And let's talk about it though, man. Appreciate everybody for chiming in. And Shawn Porter's at this point seems like he begging for the fight with Errol Spence. And how the tables turn. Now Errol Spence must have some options. We talk about that for whatever reason. I don't know why he hasn't signed the contract. He took to social media. And he obviously was presented with a contract. He took to social media a couple weeks ago and said he ain't fighting in August. So August 3rd was supposed to be the date. Barclays Center. Now Koznanki and Chris Arreola is slated to fight on that card. Not sure if that's the main event. But Kenny Porter was talking to Behind the Gloves Boxing. And he said that they waiting on Earl to sign his contract. They signed their contract a month ago. They in week 6 of training camp. They waiting on Earl. Now, I'm pretty sure with them being behind the scenes, knowing what's going on in between time, they know something is cooking or going on with Earl. Now, last time we seen Earl looked about like he heavy. He a little bit out of shape and put some weight on. Now, he was supposed to stay in shape in between fights, but you know what happened when you only fight once, twice a year, probably not even twice a year for him all the time, but once or twice a year, you tend to blow up in between fights because these dudes don't stay working out. They don't stay refining their skills in between camps. You know what I'm saying? These dudes, they going from their fight, going on long vacation, and then, he might fight in January, may not fight again. He might fight in June, but then may not fight again until next March. He might fight in January and may not fight again until November, December. So a lot of these dudes, man, what you finding out from these coaches, like Virgil Hunter said, Amir Khan, to get better, he needed to train in between training camps. He only train 10 weeks out the year for that fight. And then if you go again, maybe another 10 weeks or 8 weeks out the year. These dudes don't train year round. Javante Tank Davis, another dude, blow up in between fights. He fight once every blue moon. If these dudes stay active 3-4 fights a year, people say, that's too much. No, it's not too much because they'll stay out the club, they'll stay out of trouble, and they'll stay on weight. Making them more sharp and crisp. Don't mean you got to go out there and fight for Errol Spence or for Shawn Porter's. Yeah, you're going to have a regular mandatory, a bum bash, and maybe a tough fight in between there. But, all of a sudden, Shawn Porter is the guy that's in shape. Shawn Porter looks strong. Shawn Porter went from, I don't want to fight Errol Spence. He's not the one I see as invincible, to now it seemed like this is the fight for him. He could wait for Keith Thurman and Pacquiao winner and hope that Keith win and get that rematch and take another tune-up or whatever it may be. But for Shawn Porter, it's boiling down to how long he can make the weight. And, with them getting on the offensive with Errol Spence, they know what's going on behind closed doors. They know if Errol Spence got something else going on, if he's negotiating. And it seems at this point that they trying to beg him for the fight. That's what it is. It seems like they trying to beg him for the fight. Like, please, Earl, please, come on, let's make this fight happen. And Earl is in a position like, when I wanted to fight you motherfuckers coming up, when I ain't have a strap, when I had a strap and y'all act like y'all ain't want my strap, you know what? I'm going to make you suffer. Maybe Earl is just playing the field and act like he negotiating with somebody else. Maybe Earl is just, dictating and bossing Shawn Porter around, letting Shawn Porter know that he the A side in the situation. And maybe he's just stringing Shawn Porter on. But for right now, it ain't really been nothing said. It ain't nothing really been said about, it ain't nothing really been said, about, nothing behind the scenes about Earl and Shawn. Last time I heard, like, it still was supposed to happen at a later date. We all put 1 and 1 together that if Danny and Mikey was going to be on pay-per-view, which it still ain't been announced, it's like August 28th, August 30th or whatever it was, then, all of a sudden Shawn, then Errol pulled out and said, I don't want to fight I ain't going to fight in August no more. We all thought Errol and Shawn was going to pay-per-view, so pretty much don't know what's going on. But it seemed like Shawn Porter and Kenny Porter know something else is going on behind the scenes, and they just trying to agitate Errol Spence into fighting them. Now, what could be going behind the scenes, what's so funny yesterday, what's so funny that happened today that we talked a little bit on the live about is that Terence Crawford location on Instagram was in Dallas, Texas. And he put a little thing up, be patient and whoop-de-whoop. So if he in Dallas, Texas, not saying that's where Al Heyman at, I know that's where Errol at. Maybe they getting ready to, maybe they, putting the final touches. Or maybe they meeting with Jerry Jones, the whole Errol Spence and Terence Crawford and Jerry World in Dallas, Texas. Maybe that's what the situation may be. So if that's what the situation is, then that is what it is. If again Crawford's in Dallas and maybe he meet with Jerry Jones, whatever, I couldn't imagine Terence Crawford going into enemy territory to fight Errol Spence. I won't say I can imagine it, but if the bag right, I thought it'd be more of a Vegas fight, maybe Memphis, maybe they can do, Atlanta, maybe New York, Atlantic City or something like that, maybe LA, but he was in Dallas, so they could be meeting with Jerry, or he could be in Dallas doing some promo work, or I don't know what's going on, but Bob Arum said that the fight could happen in October. The fight could happen in October. Bob Arum did say that. He told my brother Jay Calderon Boxing that the fight could happen in October. So if Errol Spence and Terence Crawford are negotiating behind the scenes and they can make the fight happen for 2019, that'll be great. If not, we get Shawn Porter Errol. That's cool too. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's a lot more worse fights. But, to get that fight, Terence Crawford and Errol Spence in 2019, I think that's the best thing possible. That's the hardest belt for Errol Spence to get is the WBO. That's historically been a top-ranked belt throughout the weight classes. That's the very, very hardest one to get. So, Shawn Porter, and it will serve Shawn Porter well. At the end of the day, you don't dictate nothing. When I wanted to fight you, you didn't want to fight me. Now you begging me to fight you, going to TMZ, going to the YouTube media, the little YouTube channel media, like Kenny Porter say. Now you niggas want to beg because y'all barely can make the weight because y'all almost got beat by Yugis. Now you got to go to a little petty fight. Now you got to go on FS1, because your numbers wasn't good. You couldn't sell out the Carson StubHub. You couldn't sell nothing in Vegas. You can't sell nothing in the Cleveland area. So at the end of the day, now you need me. But when I needed you to get to the next step of my career, you weren't fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Back then, you ain't want me. Now I'm hot. You all on me. It'll serve him. It'll work out for Errol. Make him pay. Make him suffer. Make him sit here and think about what he did before. Now he got to be the co-main event. I'm like, I'll make that nigga the co-main. But at the end of the day, they pressing Errol to sign the contract, and Errol been quiet for the most part. And if Terence is in Dallas, Texas, talking up with Jerry Jones or talking up with Errol, they discussing some things, and that's the fight we can get. I think we all agree at this point with all these upsets. The very same mofos last year. So a lot of these dudes in the box community, a lot of these Errol fanboys, and a small percentage of Terence Crawford fans were sitting here saying, marinate the fight. And I was the only one that said this fight ain't going to get too much bigger. It need to happen now. People say, oh, no, build the fight up. And what happened? Motherfuckers start dropping like flies. Jamel, you just had Anthony Joshua drop. You had Jared Hurd drop. You had a few other guys in between there drop. So ain't nobody trying to hear that, bruh. Albert Machado dropped. But everybody want to sit here and marinate shit. Now everybody getting cold feet. Now that all the fights we want to see has been obliterated, destroyed. Swift, Jared Hurd on Jamel Charlo, that gone. 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 Anthony Joshua Water, that gone. Machado Javante, that gone. Well, he about to rematch the dude that beat him, Casino, whatever his name is. But, hey, man, if we can get Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, I'd be super duper happy, bruh. That's all I wanted for the fight to happen. And that'd be shout out to Errol Spence for making that happen. Shout out to Bob Arum and Terence Crawford and Al Heyman for making it happen. And maybe Shawn Porter know that's what's on the horizon. Hopefully that's the situation. You know, but hey, it is what it is. Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit the bell icon button. Don't forget to check out our Patreon. Don't forget me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. You have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship. All those links in the description. I linked the interview with Shawn Porter under source link in the description. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Hellblaze, at thehellblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellas Unboxing. Get you 18% off their 100% all natural products. Check them out. Foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, much, much more. Want to make a donation? That link's in the description. Share the videos. Let me know how you feel in the comment section. One time for the one time we gone.